Hi everyone. Today we'll be looking at the Settlers of Catan Gaming Trunk Organizer. I got it directly from Gaming Trunk for about 40 bucks Canadian. It says it's compatible with the 5th edition. It comes with this just saran wrap or plastic wrap box. Well, not even box, just wrapping. And I'm assuming the instruction manual is somewhere inside. It's made out of plywood. It's supposed to fit really well. It's actually 3 layers of plywood, 10 pieces. It looks like it's cut out directly to be taken out. Let's open it up. As you can see, this is actually a little manual. There we go. It details all the steps to put everything together. It looks like there is space for cards, terrain hexes, token tray, player pieces, and frame pieces on the side, as well as the victory point tokens. The set is supposed to be compatible with base Catan, as well as their expansions, with also a minor hiccup that the Seafarers end pieces that are quite large don't fit snug, so they should be sitting, they will be resting on top. Let's take a look at what they've put in here. Each box looks like each plywood sheet looks like it's labeled 2 out of 10, so out of 10 pieces nicely for which one it is. So you have all of them cut out nicely, and you can see they come out actually fairly easily from here. So if I have a little contact, it looks like right here, there's just, there we go, and it snaps right out. So actually pretty straightforward. I don't know if you can see. It's 3 pieces of plywood, and that's about it. Now, I read in the reviews that while it's pretty sturdy, it requires a couple of hours to put together. So I'm not going to put you the whole 2 hours, but it does require a little bit of a kit. So I would recommend at least the glue, some sandpaper, and it's a little oversized, but I'm out to just tap them together because they fit really snug. So I'm gonna just try to put them apart a little bit, take them out of these sheets, and show you how that all looks like. I forgot to mention, I got the unstained one. There's a selection of other stains. Now, as you can see, it's a little messy. There's some plywood pieces here as expected. I gotta say that I'm pretty impressed with the cut. Some of the lines here, between them, are not even a millimeter thick. One piece actually fell out because this is a fraction of a millimeter between them. So the cuts are really precise between the two. So I expect them to fit pretty well. what we'll try to do is maybe build one of each, just to show you how it looks like, and maybe then I can show you how it will look like in the end. Let's start with the main frame, just to see how it fits. That's the other thing, it's not extremely clear by the pictures. It's somewhat clear, like I can discern that this one has 2 little notches, this one has 3, so I guess they match. But you have to be really precise and detail oriented to be able to see the exact drawings and the exact pieces, because they look pretty similar. So if we go ahead, I'm assuming that's these 2 for the main frame, and I need the 2 with the slotted sides. So let's see how they fit. The slotted frame seems to be the back, so I'll go ahead and put that in. With some force, it sort of snaps in place. There we go. Heard that click. Then I'm gonna put this piece in here. See how that? There we go. You know what? You can push it in. It goes in. It's actually pretty flush on the other side, so it fits really well, I'd say. The little connection pieces to the frame, I guess then it can be sanded down. Not a big deal though. They look pretty well, they look pretty flush, they shouldn't get in the way. And then let's put the other piece on. So this would be this way. So let me just move this aside a bit for you. And then I'm assuming here this one goes in. So do I have the wrong piece? No, I have the right piece. It is, no, it does snap in at 90 degrees. Again, see, it's not really clear. You can sort of see how it is, but you can't really see if it goes in. It only makes sense that it snaps in at 90 degrees here. And here, and well, second part, we are looking for this piece. Piece will go on the end here. Alright, so this one does have to have the top and the bottom separate, so maybe we'll put this one in first to get it out of the way. What it does, I guess this one has 3, this one has 2, so it fits like this. So again, kind of hard to stand it up. But I can sort of, I guess, press one side in here because it's supposed to fit snug, and there we go. The other 3 are just right on the money. There we go. Fits perfectly. So, again, no mallet, no glue required as per the reviews yet. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with the precision and the way that it snaps in. So far looks good. And I actually like this little shelf, the angle here. It makes it easier to take out the land pieces, or slide them up this way when they're lying down because you've taken them all out. So this piece will, if I turn this around, I guess, this one extends this way, this one will extend this way. So I put it in. Ah, goes pretty snug. And then we put the long piece. There's no directions, both sides, I guess. So I'm just snapping it into place. 1 and 2. And what I like, actually, I just snapped it in. There's no structure, but it doesn't really push up or down, doesn't play. The square angle really does keep it nice and tight. So it's pretty rigid. I'm pretty impressed, actually. Moving on, we're gonna try the removable trays. So this is the card trays. We have these 3. Tray Project Science, paper, lumber, cloth, lumber, wool, ore. So let's do the basic one. Let's do lumber, wool, and over. So I'm gonna start with this. Now it's gonna get tricky because I need to find the exact ones. And again, silly me, I've taken all of them out, so I'm gonna have a fun time finding the right ones. See, this one is not that snug. So I guess this is where the easy part finishes. As you try to see what I was doing, I'm trying to put it on, but it's actually really loose here, really loose here. It's supposed to be at an angle, so that's why. And this is not going in. You gotta really press it. And this, I would definitely glue this because this is loose. So yeah, I think the reviews were right. You do, for some of the other pieces, need some mallet and glue help, or else your set will not stand the test of time. Moving on, we're gonna try to do the token tray. So there it is. Token tray looks a little easier. Hopefully it snaps into place. Oh, it looks like it's pretty tight, so it should. I can just use my trusted mallet. That was pretty hard. I actually have to hammer it in. Still pretty flush on this side, so that's good. Yep, pretty firm. And this aligns with this. I'm guessing there's another piece right here. That's right. That will be the crossbar for it. So, there it is. Put that in place. Okay. Now, we need two pieces like this. I can tell because there's a little dimple here and here. And then, go ahead. This one I don't think we'll need any glue. It's pretty tight, this one. And voila. Last one. It looks like this and this. And there we go. What I found is aligning the bottom first works best. 6-player tray and 1 victory point tray. Maybe let's do a player tray and see how that goes. There we go, all sides, full contact. Looks pretty good. And last but not least, we have the victory point tray. Looks pretty simple. We got 2 of those, 2 of the side walls, and the bottom. So let's put that together. Voila. So what I'm pleasantly surprised with is that even though it does require quite a bit of force to put these together, they don't splinter, they don't split. There's actually very little that comes out. Even though you hear that plywood splitting sound, as in the layers getting peeled off, it's pretty tight contact. It doesn't have any non-intentional splinters. The only thing that's not rough is maybe these holding little non-cut pieces that we're holding it to the frames. And I just wanted to mention that the frames are actually pretty well designed with very little waste. They're pretty much just spare skeleton of the whole plywood piece, because they were pretty maximized to use all of the wood here, with a couple of minor exceptions, but in general very well designed. I guess you can sand these off if you really want to really care. You can really glue them, but it's pretty rigid. Like, I can't pull it apart really easily. So if they fall or anything, they're not gonna fall apart. They're pretty well and sturdily built. So next, I'm going to complete the rest of the card holders as well as the player boxes, and I'll show you how the whole thing looks like inside the Catan box. Alright, so as you can see, we're pretty much done with putting it together. So the next thing I'll show you is how it all looks like in the box. Now, here's my review. Overall, my box right now is about 1/4 inch higher, doesn't close properly. I believe it was supposed to be 5th edition. I have one of the earlier editions. All the pieces fit properly. So the organizer is supposed to look like this. Now, there's no place for the manuals, so I stacked them on top, so that adds a little bit. These pieces don't fit, so you just gotta put them on top, but that's quite alright. Just gotta find some place I get for it. These cards, they're supposed to be over the player cards, so they're supposed to be sitting nicely over here. These fit surprisingly nicely, end to end. You got all of the pieces from all of the 4 boxes, the 2 core and the 2 expansions. The edge pieces all fit nicely within here. The victory tokens from here go almost to the top, so that's really nice. I only put one of the set of the cards in for now, but as you can see, they're pretty nice. There's plenty of space. That's because I just did it for demonstration. This piece still has to glue itself together tight. It's still pretty glowy, so I still gotta fix it. They come in, once everything's in place, they come in pretty snug. You just gotta make sure they're piled up on top of each other. The player ones have to be you gotta shuffle them. And I take them out like this with just the 3. And when you do this, they'll sort of fall in place in the flattest way, so that's okay. They come up nicely. Same thing with the bottom 3, so you do fit all 6 neatly. The problem is this little tray, I think you can see, is way over its capacity. All the harbors, they're falling off. These don't fit all the expansions. Maybe I don't know, rack them up somehow, organize them. But if you just throw them in like I did, it's not gonna fit. It's not gonna fit flush. Maybe I gotta take some of these out. Some of these are blanks. If I can get this flush, maybe it's gonna save me some room. Otherwise, great organizer set. You can see it fits all of them, fits all the waters, fits all the lands. These are nice. I really like this. During the game, you can just take them out, put them back. You have it already separated. You don't have to do the whole thing with taking them out in and out of this and then taking them apart, shuffling them back, putting them back in the box. That's gone. So really nice set. I would say well recommended. If you play often, it's worth the time. If you have all the expansions, it's gonna. So I wanted to just add on something. After filming it and putting it all together, I realized that the way I was putting it together wasn't correct and actually fits a little better. The piece that holds all of your game pieces. You have a notch cut out here for the card, which are the player cards plus the longest road. You can take this out nicely, and then this underneath fits snugly on top of each other, fairly squarely within the box to hold all of the player pieces. So it actually lifts up really well this way. It's nice and straight now, well before it wasn't. And I did take out some of the unnecessary pieces, as you can see. I took out all of the blanks, I took out the other harbor pieces from the original, and just left the ones from the expansion. I'm sure you can fit a few extra ones here, put them nicely, and then you can slip this one in here, and then it goes flush with about 4 cards, like there should be. It should be pretty fine. And then the box will close a little better. Overall, not bad. Worth the money? I'd say yes. Definitely recommended.